Hello everybody, welcome back to yet another episode of HBM Mod. Last episode we discovered we're gonna need some serious energy machines, so today we must build energy generators, yes. So what kinds of generators are available? Well, there's combustion, which is something I want to use today. This one is a cheap one. It can run a couple fuels, namely diesel, which is something that we produce over at the coal plant. And it's something I don't need. It's a useless byproduct. This guy isn't too expensive, so we'll go ahead and make one. Alright, so 8 of the iron plates, 12 of these steel plates, 8 copper ingots, so that will take us down to 30. 2 steel tanks, which we have right here. 16 steel bolts, which, oh, did we not have 16? Is this steel bolts? It's tungsten bolts. What am I? Okay. Oh, that's better, because I have a lot more of those. 24 of those wires. Do we have... We have 16. We just need, like, one more ingot's worth. Alright, that shouldn't be a problem. 1 enhanced circuit and a generator body, which you'll notice that the generator body comes in the middle as far as order is concerned. And we have not made that, and the reason being is because I want to show you all how to make one of them. Because we've not done that yet. We have not made one of them yet, but I have made one before. So this is going to call for a template for machining and stuff. This guy, some dye, and then this guy. We're going to make, first and foremost, we're going to make the actual combustion. That's it. You also notice this guy here exists. A combustion gas turbine, combined cycle. Yes, those are very good. We're not going to get them right now, because we don't need them, and they don't run liquid fuels. Alright, so we're gonna need to make a generator body now, which is made by taking gold coils. Oh, I think you need 12 for each one of these that you want to make. So, 12 for these guys, and then, no, 6 for these guys, and 6 for these. Which literally just translates into 12 ingots, because it takes an ingot to make a coil. Math for ya. It's really simple math. It's not too difficult at all, actually. So yeah, all we have to do now is wait, now that we've done our calculations, and everything should be good. We take that out, and it's time to go ahead and make the next thing where we're just gonna wrap this around some iron ingots, make some coils, right? We're gonna take some more of that, wrap it around some more ingots, and then we're gonna have what we're looking for. 12 of these guys. Now, what you do from here is rather simple, actually. It's not even difficult at all. You just take this, and you make that. And then you take all these guys out, because you don't want to waste them. And then what you do is you slap them all together in an anvil and make those. And finally, you have to do this, and you're done. That is your generator body right there. And with that, we can actually make the next machine. We're going to take out these dash compound plates, because they don't need to be in there. They definitely don't need to be in there at all. We're also going to put this guy over here. This guy, this guy, this guy, this guy up there. We might use them at some point. For now, we're just going to focus on getting our other oil refinery working before we get the fracking tower up and running in a future episode. So, you'll notice this guy here turns naphtha into diesel and heating oil. Which, heating oil is one of our biggest products here. It is in fact the largest. This guy has kerosene in it. I think we're just going to get rid of him. We're just getting rid of the one that has some of the most valuable substance on the planet on it. And you'll notice this guy is quite different from the other generators that we use. How so? It's got an animation for when you open the hatch. It's a big difference right there. Well, it does have something interesting about it, that you can change how much is burning per tick, changing your energy production. You can use different pistons in it for different grades of fuel. Now, diesel is a high-grade fuel, which means that it's going to be very expensive to run it through this. That's a big mistake of me making this machine, is that we actually need high-grade pistons for it. So, check this out. You got dash pistons, which are set for 100% high efficiency. Of course, you could just do these guys, which are 90%. It doesn't make a big difference to run it with one of these guys instead. And then the one that's really meant for running the high-efficiency stuff is this guy here, the star metal piston set. This guy can run Yeah, it runs high stuff at 100%, aviation at 90%. This guy isn't really meant for aviation fuels. If you're gonna use kerosene, just put in something else. So if we look at diesel, it doesn't provide as much flammability as it does for the actual combustibility, which is why it's better to run it through a combustion generator. So we're gonna make the high-speed steel piston set, I think. It's a much easier to make, and it's not gonna give us too bad of an output, but it still loses a bit of output. This guy, on the other hand, will take all of our dash from us. That we're still early game, man. We can only afford the stainless, not the stainless, the high-speed steel. All right, so it looks like we need 360. Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that? Do we actually need 360 steel? That does not make sense at all. And so actually, the math I just did was very wrong. So we actually are going to have 8 ingots of cobalt in there. So if I do 8 times 5 and 8 times 3, that is not how you do 5. This is how you do it. You do it with the thingy. Okay, so 40 ingots and then 24 tungsten. And we don't actually have that much tungsten. We have tungsten ore. We also have a lot of coal ore. We might actually have more tungsten. Let me go around. Because I don't want to be wasting tungsten ore. It's kind of valuable for us to process it later. So we got 1 here. Probably don't have any more. Probably don't have any more. Well, say goodbye to 1 stack of tungsten. Well, unless we actually have more. No, we don't. Okay, goodbye, tungsten. Have fun in the processing machine. I actually did not need to make more of the high-speed steel. We already have some. We already have some. So it's, I mean, it's a good thing we're making more, because we did not have a lot. We had like 18 pieces in there, and it made us a total of 28. We also need more tungsten, apparently. This guy is a very tungsten-hungry machine. So 8 of these go through here to become ingots, concrete. Nice. They're not becoming concrete. We just have concrete just lying around. I need to process all of this concrete into the road. I have plans for what the build is going to look like. What the mega build is going to look like. Yes, it's going to be good. We need 8 piston, or 8 titanium. 8 titanium plates. Can you make tungsten plates? That'd be quite interesting. I don't think we can, actually, but yeah, no, we can't. But that'd be quite interesting if we could. What would you use a tungsten plate in? High-speed steel bolts, which we have just enough of to make this happen, and I think that should... Oh, we don't have enough of them, actually. Well, that should be no problem. Guess how they're made. You literally just take 2 of these guys, and then you just shove them together inside of a crafting grid like this, and you get like 16 of them. So it'll take an entire stack of them. Oh my. It takes two extra high-speed steel to make this guy. That's fine. Now, with this guy actually being ready, what we should do is make some other stuff too. You need capacitors to make these guys work really good. So let's take a look at what capacitor options we have available. I do believe we could get the tantal... No, we get the niobium ones. No, can't even get the niobium ones. Bakelite. This is pretty cheap. It shouldn't be a difficulty. For now, we're just gonna settle for copper. Honestly, copper is like super duper cheap. It's not even expensive at all. So going for copper, I think that's a good idea. We're gonna process this. Wait, we might have some. No, we don't. We don't have that. So these guys basically act as a one-way storage device. So that means that I can use this and store energy in a large quantity without having to worry about it going into the machine or doing something stupid, which we don't want. I don't have to worry about it charging from another machine. It just gets charged by one machine, and if it's not getting charged by that machine, basically the idea is that it doesn't charge, which is kind of handy for this setup we're about to do. So to go ahead and demonstrate this machine, and I don't think we've actually ever made this guy in a video. So we're doing a lot of new stuff, aren't we? Or stuff that we haven't done in a very long time. So this guy goes like this, and that means he will get charged whenever we put in the piston set for this guy. And if we have a fluid ID, we can go ahead and set diesel. Nice, and then we can just go ahead and attach it to there. So now this guy gets diesel fuel, and he's ready to go. He's on. We'll turn him off for a second. I need to get some blocks, some cable blocks, because I want to make this place look nice. I want to have, I don't want to use these guys just everywhere. I want to use some of these guys too. You may be thinking, it's going to be really expensive, isn't it? But, not really. It's not that bad. It's just like red copper and insulators, isn't it? And that should be ready to go. So all I gotta do is do like 0.2, turn on the ignition. He's not actually outputting into the thing. I think he needs an actual cable. Hold on. Turn it off. He only accepts energy from the top. What is this? This is annoying. Actually, this is really annoying. And that should do. If I turn this guy on now, he gets charged. Now we're gonna have this guy running at like 0. Whatever. So basically, this guy will charge up, and then if this guy gets too full, then we want a system that turns this guy off, don't we? Alright, it's time to turn on the large setup for the actual fracking tower. And we're gonna go ahead and power this guy on at the same time. So this way, any of our energy from this guy will go to the fracking tower, and we can see how much it needs. Yeah, I think it needs a lot. So just turn it on to max. That should be producing a lot of energy. And we're gonna go check out the fracking tower and see how it's doing. It's stable at 5 million HE, so that's pretty good. Oh, I forgot to mention that we actually need to hook this guy up to here if we don't want pollution to happen. Pollution is going to be a big issue with this guy running. Oh dear, you'll notice that, all of this has started to become the nasty dirt, which is beautiful dirt, actually. It's not disgusting dirt, it's the kind of dirt that I like to see. So, we're gonna go ahead and, oh, no, I'm a parkour master here, okay? Check that out. Nice. This guy can't even get me now. But we need to connect this guy to the actual piping setup here to transport exhaust all the way out there. And now it's time to start working on the next generator, which is going to be a very big one. This one is actually one of the better ones. Well, actually not one of the better ones. They're all pretty good, but this guy is, it's probably one of my favorites. I think I've used it a lot in the past for different things. It basically takes the heat energy of stuff and it allows it to become energy rather than what we were doing before with combustion energy, which is rather amazing. This one is for the heat stuff. Now this industrial generator has gone through a lot of different iterations throughout the years, but it's basically as I remember it being. We're gonna need 6 steel ingots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nice. We're gonna move everything out of the way. How about that? How about that? Make it all nice and clear what we're doing here. 6 ingots. Nice. 8 copper plates. Some bakelite as well. Which, I need to get more chem plants. I think over at the other building, we're going to have chemical setups for large-scale chemical stuff. We're gonna skip bakelite for now. We actually need to, well, yeah, we need dash. We need to go get dash. Alright, so I got 8 of these dash ore, so we'll process it through there, and then we'll get us some dash blend. Oh my gosh, how much energy we used? Lots of energy, clearly. Alright, we discovered a gas shale, didn't we? And if I am correct, we might have discovered, we might have collected a bit of the gas shale in one of these. Probably this one. Yes, only 2 pieces though. It's not great, but that's a good start for making what we need to make right now, which is rubber, of course. We are dying for rubber right now. So, how much does this need? 2 of them gives you 500, and then one of these gives you whatever that gives you. So it's not enough to make more than 2. So we actually need turbine blades, and then I think next episode we'll tackle the polymer problem, which is becoming quite a nuisance at this point, but yeah, we'll take care of that next time. So we're gonna need this thermoelectric thing, but we also have the cathode ray tubes, which we already have from computers, of course. If you destroy the computers in an anvil, you can get these out of them, which is nice. This one costs 24 gold. If you thought the other one was expensive, then have fun with this guy. It's not that bad though. It seriously is not that bad. And this guy is made of turbine blades, and they're not too expensive, and in fact, we're going to be able to make all of what we need right now. Pretty easily. Just take these guys. It just costs 6 titanium for each one. Really, if you're building something much bigger than this, then it's going to be very expensive, because you need a lot more titanium blades, but that's perfectly fine. We can always do that later on. Anyway, once you have enough titanium turbine blades, then you're pretty much good to go. You're set, and yeah, once you got like 8 of them, you're good. Alright, we're making the generator bodies right now for this guy. So this guy costs 2 generator bodies, but if we do this correctly, we should just... that's basically all we need for generator bodies. The other thing we're going to need... Oh my, that comes right after this, this, and then this. So it doesn't cost a lot of inventory space to make it, but it would cost a bit if you just made this in your inventory. Now these guys are actually quite simple and not very difficult. They used to be very daunting because you would have to go make an assembly template for them, but now that's not really the case. They're just very easy. And of course I'm referring to the heating elements, which is going to cost 6 nether quartz, and the reason I have this guy not shredded into a powder is because I want to make the laboratory blocks from chisel for floors and stuff. Okay, it's made in the anvil, right? And that basically just leaves us with one last thing to make this, and we'll save that for next episode. Thank you all for watching. I'll see y'all next time, and goodbye.